So here's part 2 of our kickoff workshop meeting. Sorry for that, that we're doing this in 2 video parts, but we'll wrap up here quickly in about 10 more minutes. So you should have just seen the final lessons learned presentation of Organic Research Corporation. Again, what they did well is displayed the learning that they've done, sort of break down and use ecosystem customer maps, use the business model canvas to convey the learning and what has evolved and what's changed, and clearly communicated sort of learning objectives and what they plan to do next as a result. So, as I stated before, here's sort of the breakdown of your lessons learned presentation. Find this on your syllabus, and there's some good details there to help you as you develop the first one. So, just a couple, just a couple of things to touch base on for what's due this week, because we are recording this now. It got canceled last week. I know there's not a lot of turnaround time on this, but we emailed out last week the same information. Complete pre-work if you haven't, so that should be found on your syllabus. The 60 minutes recordings and readings. Watch the first 2 chapters of Launchpad Central training videos in the flipped classroom tab of LPC. Prepare your first lessons learned presentation. Group A will be doing that for Wednesday and Group B on Thursday. Please, if you haven't, complete the electronic request for consulting. You can see a link here. This is a confidentiality statement for you, between you and our team, CTC, and it helps us track the work that we're doing for you, for our founders who require that. If you haven't already, create a list of contacts. Remember, we said brainstorm 100. Talk with your team's network, your mentors network, and trolling on LinkedIn and other networks of people that you would like to interview that would be relevant and key for you for your learning. And I would say try to also think big. Like if there's some key person, who would be your best first, who would be an important person for you to talk to. Maybe it's some national profile person, and we can try to figure out how to secure him and set up an interview with him or her. And if you can, set up 10 interviews for February. Get them on schedule. Again, to get 10, you might have to send out 20, 30 plus contacts. And as a stretch goal, and now even more of a stretch goal, probably because we are recording this later than what we had planned, conduct and document 10 customer interviews by Wednesday or Thursday. So some of you might have already done this. Here's a snapshot of the syllabus for what's due for first class, videos, some optional readings, some Launchpad Central training, some discussion questions to set the tone for first class, and then an outline of your lessons learned presentation format right here. So again, to do by this week, another sort of add-on is to review your syllabus. You can find this in the email, the resource hub in LPC. You will be receiving an email invite today, Monday, for your shared Dropbox folder, so you can upload your lessons learned presentation. And because it's not very intuitive, we provided screenshots of how to access the Udacity Lean Startup Learning videos. You log into Launchpad Central. You go to this 9-box matrix box icon in the upper right-hand corner, click on it, and go to Flipped Classroom. And you can access the videos there. A couple things to consider. Just because they're time sensitive, there's a little bit of a lag time on them. As we have some resources available, and we have negotiated some price reductions for a couple of services. One is a market report from the WISC Center at UW-Whitewater. They provide new product reports and market reports to companies. This usually takes 1 to 2 months. If you're interested in that, you can talk to us in more detail about what that costs. It's a couple $100. And again, this isn't to replace work, but I think it work that you should be doing through primary interviews. But I think it can be a supplement, maybe a third party perspective, unbiased perspective, sort of cross-check reference of the learning you're doing with this report. But it takes 1 to 2 months, so if you want to do it, we recommend you consider doing that immediately. And talk to us if you're interested. Second thing to consider, do you have any business formation or IP counsel that's required? We can get you into UW Clinic. It's a free service here on campus, staffed by supervising attorneys and UW law students are working on your various needs. And it probably won't happen to get you into their services this summer because they work on a semester basis. But if you have IP needs, please speak with Adele and I immediately, and we can talk through options with you on that. So that's the end of this presentation. Again, sorry that we couldn't do this live last week. Thank you for your flexibility. I know we're very excited to be working with this great group of startups. Again, this is the highest quality batch that we've had to work with so far, and so we have high expectations in general, but we're going to ratchet those up anyways and feel like we can make some great progress, validate a lot of assumptions, get paying customers, and really accelerate your business in the next 3 months. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you, and expect to look forward to seeing all of you guys on Wednesday or Thursday. Group A Wednesday from 2 to 4, and Group B Thursday from 2 to 4 on GoToMeeting link. Thank you.